Talk to you tomorrow. I know I will.
Hi. I can hardly. Can you guys hear me?
I really love that dog.
I'm on my webinar. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, Sonia? But I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
There you go. So our office is actually opening today as well.
Oh, okay.
But I knew that you could only do Thursdays, so I am checking in.
Okay.
So participants should be coming soon, I guess.
Yeah, you can see it at the bottom. Yep. I have to get to your new building and check it out.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm excited for you. I'm literally just got off the call. So
What'd you say?
I said I literally just got off some calls, so I'm going to turn off my ringer. Hold on.
I know. I saw that you have another webinar tonight too, right?
Yeah, 8:30. Let's see, back. Okay. All right, there we go. Webinar life.
Post it. It's only us. What the heck? People are hype. Let's see.
I wonder, do people get a link or they have to type in the link?
What you say?
I said, do people get a direct link to click on, or are they?
Yeah, I posted it.
Let's see.
So I don't know if you know that Freddie Mac is now able to accept student loans based on your repayment.
Yep.
Yeah. So my mortgage officer was here at the grand opening, and he was telling me that he can do it for people that have a 620.
A 620 score?
Yeah.
That's good. So Freddie Mac and now Fannie.
What'd you say?
So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac?
Yeah, Freddie Mac it can do it for 620, and whatever the statement says is what it is.
Oh, good. There should be a lot more homes closing.
Yes. All right, we'll give it like another couple minutes.
I see one other person joining us.
She can see you too.
Are you? Where's that? Where
You
your
see
camera
me?
at?
How are you, darling?
Where your camera at?
I don't know. I don't.
What's going on?
You need to buy your shirt. How are you?
She said you need to button your shirt.
Oh shoot.
We got a webinar though.
I see
I
one
keep
person.
telling my cousin to call you. She got the student loan problem. I keep saying call her, call her, call her. She said I am. I'm like, she's not gonna judge you. Just call her.
You know what? It don't hurt enough yet. That I get a call when it hurts.
She just got this apartment. She got to pay $5,000 down. Apartment like $1,600 a month. I said, you know what you could have got for that?
Oh no.
They live in Roxborough. It's nice, but you know what you could have got for that?
A nice home.
I said, you pay your student loan? She said, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. That's gotta go to payment too.
I'm gonna put it in the Facebook group too. Let me see. Yes. So there's a few people. So I'll just start. So basically, I wanted Sonia to come on and talk to us about how student loans are affecting the home buying process. It's pretty loud here because our office is opening today, and so people are like walking in. But I wanted to, this is important to me because a lot of people have student loans and they think that they can't purchase a house because of it. So Sonia, if you want to, just kind of tell the process, and I'm gonna mute my line just so that you don't hear my background noise.
Okay. So hi everyone, thanks for joining this evening. We need to get to Jasmine's party right after, so we'll be brief, but really couple exciting things are happening. So if you are looking to buy a home and you have student loans, you're now in a good place. Jasmine is really, really excellent, and she will help you go through the home buying process in terms of what programs are available. You just want to make sure that your student loans are in the best place possible in terms of making sure that you're in a qualifying repayment plan, that your student loans are not behind or in default. And you want to make sure that your payments for your student loans are affordable, so that when you go to buy a home, you know how much it is that you can actually afford per month, because you have the student loan payment that may not be disappearing anytime soon. So one of the things I always stress to clients when we're looking over their profile is if consolidation is an option or a factor for you. It may be that you need to consolidate, and to be quite honest with you, if that's something you have to do, it is possible that your credit when you consolidate could take a small hit. And if that's the case, that's okay. You have time to make sure that you can improve your score. So you don't want to last minute do something and then have to pull your score back up. So if you know that you haven't consolidated your student loans, you want to get on top of that ASAP, because the home buying process can move really, really quickly, and you may need time to rehabilitate your score. So that's step one of the process. Step two, understanding what type of home programs you're eligible for. So that depending on the type of home loan program that you are eligible for will also depend on if you, in the same token, the same hand, need to be in a particular repayment. So I know that there's some new programs with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that Jasmine will certainly walk you through. But you may need to make sure, one, that that's a program that you can afford. And then two, you need to make sure that you enroll in that program early enough so that it can show on your credit report. So this is important to show your credit, because when you go sit down with your lender, you're going to be, your credit is going to be pulled. It's going to look to see what payment amount is reporting. Or you may be asked to get a mortgage verification letter. And again, this will be verifying and reporting the student loan payment that you have. So again, you don't want to wait until you found the dream home to get into cleanup. You want to kind of get into that early on, sooner than later. And then the last thing is, I always tell clients, you know, when you get your house keys, if you need to switch or look at different payment options at that point, that's different. But there are going to be, hi, welcome. There are going to be different programs that you're eligible for right off that require you to be in a certain particular repayment plan. So a lot of times, if your student loans are in a good place, it's an easy cleanup, anywhere from 30 to 45 days. If they're in a not so good place, it can be anywhere from 45 to 9 months. So this is important to know, because before you look at your dream home, you want to make sure that things are good with your student loans and your credit. So that's a synopsis overall of trying to understand the student loan and home buying correlation. Does anyone have any particular questions? It may be more helpful for me to take particular questions regarding your student loans and home buying. And if you do, you can always unmute yourself by clicking on your face in the mute button. I don't think they have any questions. Okay. And it's okay if you don't have questions for now. One of the things that Jasmine's really great at when you meet with her, if you're thinking about getting a home, she will pull your credit early on. If your student loans are on fire, that's okay, but you have to know that you may have to move pretty quickly to resolve that issue or concern before she can move forward with placing you into a home. So if you always tell people, if you listen to Jasmine, you follow the process, and she believes she can get you in a home, she will. But you can't say, well, you know what, I wasn't really ready to pay my student loans yet. That's a part of the process. So you have to be in student loan repayment in order to get a home. So I always tell people, go on and let that go. You know, it used to be that if you hadn't made a payment over 12 months, you know, that's something that people could use. But now they want you to be in an actual repayment plan. I hope that makes sense for everyone. Let's see, Jasmine, is there anything that I'm leaving out or missing? Can you hear me? Jasmine, can you hear me? Well, you got to come off mute.
I can hardly hear you. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I was saying, is there anything in particular that you want me to mention that I may have not mentioned?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Is there anything you want me to mention that I may have not mentioned or you want me to include?
Just mostly, you made some really good points about, you know, the student loans, and definitely I wanted to definitely edify your book, because that helped me a lot with my student loan debt and getting it organized. So I'll definitely, if you send me your link for your book, I want to post it in the group, because it definitely, it helped me. It changed my life. Well, you know how things were when I met. I mean, you know, I had about $16,000 worth of student loan debt, and I met with you, and we went through the process, and you know, we kicked it off from there.
Yeah, so I'll show everyone the book that you're referring to.
Okay.
So this, everyone, is the book that Jasmine's referring to. So a success guide to your student loan debt repayment. It's a workbook. It's not a book that you have to sit and read on the beach. It's a tangible book that you work through every month. It's basically your budget. And I always tell people, your success lies in the budget. What's important is when you're sitting with your lender and they're talking about your debt to income ratio, a lot of people don't understand that well enough to know we don't want you to get a home and then have to eat beans and rice for dinner because you bought a home. You want to get your expenses down before you buy a home because there are other things that come with buying a home. We also talk about what's your savings plan, or do you have one just yet? So what does saving for home expenses look like? When it's your home, there's no one to call if something breaks or a part needs to be purchased, and so a lot of times what we find is those with an adequate savings plan going into a home are those that are successful with their home purchase and not having to get lines of credit and credit card debt, because they're like, oh my goodness, the plumbing, the windows. Well, yeah, these things can happen because homes are not brand new most times. They're pretty old.
They are. And a lot of times, even when they're brand new, the building is so shoddy. They don't build them like they used to. So it definitely, you wanna prepare for those incidentals that happen. And the other thing that you want to do is also prepare for things that you just would never even think that happened. I had someone who purchased a house, and maybe 2 months in, she was a part of a massive layoff. Never thought she was going to lose her state job, and she found herself jobless and was not working for 6 months. So when you do that preparation and you're trying to figure out what's going on, you have that savings. And a lot of times when I first started selling homes, it was like, okay, people were purchasing property, they were doing their thing, and then 6 months later they were in foreclosure, unfortunately. And that's not the purpose that I think that God has for me. I think that God really wants me to help people build their legacy and really become good stewards with their money. So I wanted to educate people on knowing how to prevent, just falling into the rabbit hole of not being able to have money to build themselves out of situations, not know how to budget. I myself was, facing foreclosure myself when I was about 10 years ago. And really it was an eye-opening situation because there's a bunch of help, but if you don't know who to reach out to, so whenever people close on a home with me, when we're sitting at that closing table, I always tell them, you're signing this, you're signing up for 30 years. But if you have a problem, call me that day. Don't, the first time the problem arises, don't call me. I had to save someone's house from the sheriff's cell the night before, and it wasn't pleasant. So, it can be done, but let's not wait that long, So that's why the financial education piece is so important to me. And I know that student loans arise. I was telling my mom that I was getting on this call earlier, and we just celebrated her 63rd birthday, and she still has $70,000 in student loan debt. So she'll be calling you. But she went and she got her master's and in her law stuff. So it's, she has a lot of debt. She makes good money, but if she doesn't manage it well, when she's ready to head into retirement in a couple of years, she's gonna be in trouble. So it's important that we know how to manage the student loan debt. All of us have it. I talked to someone the other day that had $150,000 in student loan debt. So what happens, she's up to take the bar exam. She failed it 3 times. And I told her, don't quit, just keep on going. Because you got $150,000 worth of debt, you got to become a lawyer now, so you can help pay for it. So that's really just my concern there. And I just wanted people to realize and recognize that they can definitely still purchase a home, even if they had student loan debt. It's just about the management piece of it.
Yeah, I think that's all excellent. And then when we talk about management and we talk about legacy and home buying, you can't leave an apartment to your friends or your family members or your kids, but you can leave a home. And one thing I will say is that when you have student loans and you leave in a home, if you have federal debt, God forbid, if you are, what's the word I'm looking for? Disabled, or if something happens and you pass away, your federal student loan debt can be forgiven, and it's dischargeable upon death or permanent disability. If you have private loans, you need to, especially in you're a homeowner, you need to take out a policy that will cover your private loans while you're in repayment. And this is important because private loans don't care if you pass away. If you have assets, money, a home, they want to put a lien against that or take that because they're entitled to still be paid. So I also tell people, if you have private student loan debt, make sure your life insurance is enough to cover that debt, and make sure you tell the person in charge of your affairs that they need to pay that debt, because what we don't want to do is see the money go away, everybody's happy and celebrating and thanking you, and then now they're coming and taking the person responsible of your affairs to court because they didn't get paid off, or they're going to put a lien on the home for when the home shall sell. Does that make sense? I hope I was clear.
It does make sense, because people don't realize that when you pass that on to your children, and you're thinking, well, if you don't have life insurance to cover this thing, your kids are left with not only grieving you, but having the debt to deal with. It happens all of the time, especially when I deal with estates and selling folks property. They're feeling like, okay, well, we can get it done. And, when they go to settle the estate, they have a bunch of stuff still on there. They have to take care of these debts. So, student loans, I remember when I was dealing with student loans, I would be thinking, well, hey, I can go ahead. Everybody has student loans for the rest of their life, and that's just not my point anymore. I'm trying to get out of it. I'm almost there. These commission checks are helping. But definitely just getting it into a repayment is something that you want to do, especially if you're preparing to purchase a home.
So I'll tell you, I just got a good question via chat, and I'll just make this a general post for everyone. If you are interested in wanting some one-on-one service, my discovery calls are free. That's basically me asking you questions about your student loans. If you are interested in someone wrote the student loan forgiveness program, that's going to actually require for me to look over your account and ask you other qualifying questions. And if you're eligible, I'll give you the paperwork during that appointment so that you can get set up. So the consultation, there's couple tier systems to how my process works. Let me just say that you have to be careful to not pay a company a monthly fee for student loan help. It's the most baffling thing in the world. You're not going to need support that much. But they know you don't know better, and that sometimes people are scared and they sign up for things that they really don't need. So in terms of the support that I provide, the discovery call is free. The consultation is nominal. It's on my website. It's $35. That's 30 minutes in person or virtual like this. And we go through your account together. At that point, based off of what you have going on, I try to make the appointment cost as affordable as possible. You get a price sheet to see if that's something you need my help with. My goal is I work with urgency. So if you're coming to me, it's the assumption that you want to get this cleaned up ASAP so that we can get your credit score improved. And I always ask at the top of the appointment, are you looking to buy a home? Because that's going to tell me how to advise you best. I've worked with Jasmine and other agents to put, hundreds of people in homes this past year, because we understand when you have student loan debt, sometimes if you don't come to the table correctly, you get counted out. And with the new programs that have come out, you don't have to be counted out anymore. And this is buying season for someone with some student loans. Would you say so, Jasmine?
Of course, for sure.
This is home buying season. So I'm going to put my information in the chat here. So you can go directly to the website and schedule yourself. It's really, really easy. And Ms. Carolyn always does a good job at confirming your appointments to make sure we're on track. But like I said, I think the biggest thing is if you know you haven't been repaying, or your payment's been a little scattered, or your letters start turning purple and green and calls have been vamping up, whatever the case is, I'm going to urge you to actually invest in yourself and schedule some time to sit down with a professional. And I always tell people I work for you, not Sally. Sally's not cutting checks over here. So
the goal of that really is to say, hey, listen, when I look at someone's account, I'm like, listen, not trying to scare you, but you probably have a week before 30% a month is taken out of your check. And so, you know, no one wants 30% missing, but collection practices have vamped up. Policies have changed and are changing. You know, every day we're listening to the news to see what's about to be implemented. So I just say this is probably not the era to ignore those letters like you used to. Just because collection looks different. And then we talk about home buying, you could be right at the brink of eligibility, but a default can set you back 80 points. So if you know that you haven't been paying it or ignoring it, we don't want to play Russian roulette with it. So we want to get it cleaned up. So in any case, I'm excited to work with you. I'm in the Jenkintown area.
Just as an added bonus, because they're the folks on the line, if you guys email me, if everyone emails me, I will pay for someone's session. I'll randomly pick someone like I did on Sunday to pay for someone's session with Sonia. So email me and just let me know that you're on the line. I'll put my email address in the chat box. And as soon as I pick someone, then I'll send you over and you can set up an appointment with Sonia and I'll take care of the tab.
That's awesome. Yeah, Jasmine's great. I will say that, you know, you always want to be with someone that's a problem solver. And so I always tell people, whoever you work for, get to work for you. If they're not a problem solver, that's not who you want. Because when you come to the table with some credit issues, some student loans, you know, you got to be a little more strategic with how you get approved for things. And you just can't go to a cookie cutter place. You have to have people that are not going to judge you and people that are going to say, look, we need you to do bam, bam, bam. And as long as you're accountable, you'll be approved. So I'm excited for you guys. This is a great place to be in. You're with a great person. I think she closes more homes than anybody I know. So you're with a winner. And I always say I want to be on a winning team. So I'm excited to continue to partner with Jasmine. We're going into year 2. And I think it's going to be a good year, especially with those new changes. Yeah. I woke up in my sleep when I got the alert, and I don't even sell homes.
I was pretty excited, so I'm easily.
So and I called my clients back that you know, those clients that we had like almost a year ago that couldn't get approved. Yeah. I listen. I've been telling everybody.
Like everybody is so excited. It's probably about 200 realtors here tonight, and that's all everybody's talking about because so many people have student loan debt, and now that it's lifted, everyone's excited about it. So thank you so much, Sonia, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you send me those links, the link for the book and things like that, and we're gonna I'll continue to promote you and help you and support you, and I'm so glad that you're a part of the team.
I put everything in the chat, so Student Loan Workbook. I'm surprised I even got that website name, yay me, but it's there. And the link is there too. So, all right, guys, feel free to connect with me offline, Instagram, Jasmine, keep me posted. And congratulations, I want to see the building.
Okay, for sure. Talk to you soon.
All right, see you soon. Bye.
All right, bye.